Welcome back to the channel. It's Vontae Jack back with another video, and in this video today I just wanted to talk about some things I learned at Army Basic Training. Man, wife is gone right now. She's been gone for a couple days, and I just been having time to reflect and to think and to just meditate and journal on some things. And so I was thinking about basic, man, and what that time was like, and I came up with some things that I wanted to touch on that I truly learned at Army Basic Training that sometimes I think I just have to come back to and just remember these things. So if you're about to go, you may experience the same lessons, or if you already went, you might could relate. So I took a couple little notes, very tiny little notes, but just, let's see. Things I learned at Army Basic Training. Now, one of the first things that I want to touch on, I learned how to disconnect from my cell phone. And when you go to Army Basic Training, obviously they're taking your cell phone right out the rip. But then you go to AIT and you got it right back again. But for that 3 months, you're only getting it on Sundays for 20 minutes to maybe an hour towards the end of it. So that means over the course of a month, you might talk to your wife, or your girl, or your boyfriend, whatever. You might talk to them like 2 hours out of 1 month. And when you're in the civilian world or when you get out of basic, now you have the luxury of just communicating whenever you want, whenever you want. And so you begin to kind of take it for granted once you get out. But while you're in basic, you're like, wow, um, I don't need social media. I don't need a cell phone. You begin to appreciate, having it, but you just realize, like, dang, I wasted a lot of time just scrolling and looking at nothing. A lot of doom scrolling, a lot of TikToking, a lot of just nothing, a lot of nothing happening, a lot of no moving the needle forward. And I'm someone that's always thinking about how can I move the needle forward. And so it taught me how to disconnect from my cell phone and get back in tune with myself, get back in tune with my mind. Like I said, I just got done like meditating and like journaling, so I try not to get on my phone too much unless it's truly going to be something educational, informative, something that can actually do something for me to help elevate my life in some kind of way, because that's really all I care about is elevating. I don't like to just be entertained, sort of say. I mean, sometimes, yes, we all like to just kick back and watch a show here and there, but at the end of the day, most times, I'm consuming something that can help benefit me, that can help move the needle forward in my own journey. So yeah, I learned how to disconnect from my phone. I learned how to just be cool with being with myself. And a lot of people outside of the army, or just when they get out of basic even and they back to having their phone every single day, it's like you just catch yourself just scrolling for no reason. You wake up and go to sleep. It's like, what are you really looking at? And so sometimes it's okay to just put that phone down for a second, let that breathe, and just be present. Be with your actual self. Talk to yourself. Talk to God. Just be more present in the moment, because before you know it, you just spent 2 hours looking at nothing. Like, how did that help your life? How did your life get better? Did you learn how to make more money during that time looking at your phone? Did you learn anything about business? Did you gain any kind of insight? Or were you just sitting there looking at bull? And there's nothing wrong if you were. Some people don't care to do that. I mean, but I'm just a kind of person that, like, things I consume, I want them to be beneficial to me in my journey. But that's really that. I learned how to disconnect from having a cell phone, because it's very easy to get just caught up in just looking at a bunch of nothing or entertainment or just whatever. But anyways, next thing, man. The next thing that I learned at Army Basic Training, and this is probably something that seems, you know, obvious, but it's the appreciation for family. Like I said, you'll talk to them maybe 2 hours out of a course of 1 month, if you talk to them at all. Letters, that's one thing, but that doesn't count. You don't get to hear their voice. You don't get to see them. You don't get to hug them. So I learned a genuine appreciation for my family, for everybody in my family, because I would miss a holiday, or I would miss a birthday, or something like that. And you just begin to realize, like, dang, I kind of liked you people, man. I kind of I kind of was fond of you folks, and now I'm here. I'm locked in at basic. But and even now, with wife being gone, it's like, dang, I actually like you, man. Like, what? Come back. I kinda like you. Obviously, I love her. Love my son and everything. But like this, being home alone is kind of just giving me the same vibe of being at basic because you're having a lot of time to yourself. And yes, you're surrounded by all these people, but in the beginning, you don't really talk to them because you don't know them. You're also adjusting to what it is that's taking place. But like, I learned appreciation from my family. Like, I would remember sometimes having a 20-minute phone call and then just being crushed when that was over. And so now I can just obviously call her at any moment in time, and there's not like a gratitude about it. It's just like I'm just making a call or just texting back and forth. Like it's nothing. But like when you're in basic, you realize like, dang, just being able to hear your voice is a blessing. Just being able to see your name pop up on the phone and get a text from your mom is a blessing. You realize these things, and when you're not in that environment, we tend to take these things for granted. So before you go, if you're about to leave off, just take these things with a pinch of gratitude, because I promise they will be the reason you get through basic when you do get to experience hearing your partner's voice, or getting to call your mom, getting to call your dad, getting to just your best friend, whatever. You're going to appreciate your loved ones so much more when you go to basic. I definitely learned that. And then now, being alone for this short little period, I'm just beginning to be like, damn, I appreciate these people, man. I appreciate these people. But next, basic also taught me to trust myself. Trust myself because when I initially made the decision that, all right, I'm going to go to basic, I'm going to do this military thing, although the decision was made in my mind, of course, there were seeds of doubt that began to creep in. Like, dang, should I really, is this really what I'm about to do? What if we go to war? What if I die? What if all these what ifs? And then sometimes you just have to realize like fear is false evidence appearing real. You begin to create these images and pictures in your head of circumstances and events that have yet to occur. And so when you buy into that propaganda, it could put you in a negative spiral, and no one wants to be in that kind of place mentally. And so when I actually swore in, then I get on that plane, and I realized like there was no going back. It was kind of like, man, well, we're on the plane now. I can't tell the pilot to bust a U-turn because I'm getting like cold feet. It's normal to get cold feet. It's normal to have anxiety about going. Nerves and anxiousness, that's a good thing. It means you do care about what it is that you decided to do, and you don't want to fail. You don't want to disappoint anybody if you were to quit. Quitting is not an option, but still. I mean, to be honest, it is. You can quit during basic if you really think you can't do it. You can quit. Some people actually quit without like punishment. Like you can quit while in basic. They don't tell you that, but you can. But I began to learn how to trust myself. Like after that first week, I'm like, you know what? I can do this. I can do this. And it wasn't even like it was so hard to where it was just intolerably acceptable. It was more like just having the whole new experience, completely different from anything you've ever experienced when you're on the civilian side. It's just a completely different experience. You're wearing this uniform, you're wearing these PTs, you're getting yelled at, you're doing the push-ups, you're with all these random people, all these bald heads all around. Everybody bald. Everybody's bald as fuck. Everybody you're getting rushed to eat. It's chew it now, taste it later. When you're eating chow, man, you're learning all these cadences and marching songs and 1, 2, 3, 4 and all this stuff. You're just becoming this whole new person. They're breeding you into a soldier. You begin to kind of fall in love with it. Then you're kind of like, man, why am I here? You're going through all these things, but then you start to trust yourself. Like you build confidence as you go through it. So if you don't have the confidence going in, it's because you're going to build the confidence as you're taking those steps every single day. It's not about, dang, next week you have to do this. It's about, no, as long as your left foot gets in front of your right foot, and so on and so forth, that's what matters. One foot in front of the other. Take it one step at a time, literally. And if you got that down, then just take it one meal at a time. If you can make it to breakfast, great. Just make it to lunch. You make it to lunch, cool. We halfway done with the day. Just make it to dinner, and you slowly just build that trust in yourself, and you learn the kind of inner strength that it is that you have within you, that you maybe did not know that you had, because you hadn't yet went through an a series of events like you're gonna go through when you go to Army basic training. You never had to ruck 10 miles, 12 miles, 20 miles, 45-pound backpack on your back, carrying an assault rifle, little to no sleep, right? Shin splints, ankles throbbing. I mean, I broke my freaking pinky. I sprained my ankle. You go through all these things, and you really build up that gusto and learn the kind of inner strength that you have. And it's very hard to find that, to discover it when you're on the civilian side, because you're not being forced to do so. And 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 upon average, the brain loves to do the thing of least resistance. So you take the path of least resistance day to day, and so you're never forced to see what it is that you can do. You don't really get to push your limits because your brain wants to keep you safe, and that's its job. And that's fine. But when you're thrown into that water, you have no choice but to do what is told, and to complete the objectives. And so it just really taught me how to trust myself, and it showed me the kind of inner strength that I have. And then I learned while I was there, I'm like, dang, if I can do all this, if I can get through all this, what else can I accomplish? And so now I'm enrolled into school. I'm about to conquer this bachelor's degree because it's nothing, right? And then I might just get I might just get my master's after that because it's nothing. And then I'm gonna invest into these properties because it's nothing. And then that confidence gives you that kind of sauce in your life that you really want to have, because you might have goals, but you haven't yet built the stack of proof to let you know that you can achieve difficult things even if you haven't done it yet. Because you're going to sign up for something you've never done, then you're going to complete it, and you're going to be like, wow, I thought that was almost impossible prior to going. Then you learned, oh, I can do this. So now when I go into getting this first property, I haven't done it yet, but I've done something hard before, and there was light at the end of the tunnel. So I know I'm gonna make these plays, and at the end of it, I'm gonna look back and be like, oh man, I can do this again. And so the wealth begins to build. But that's a whole different subject. All right. Next, this is a big thing, um, and this could even be military or army related or not, just in life, period. God always has a plan for you. I'll say it again a little slower so it can digest into the soul and let it marinate just a tad bit more, right? God always has a plan for you. So I make the decision, or so I thought it was me making the decision. Whole time it was the Most High. But I make this decision to do this. And prior to joining, I tried many things. I've had many jobs prior to enlistment. Many silly little jobs: gas stations, security jobs, warehouses, restaurants, fast food, Uber driving, freaking at home remote jobs, freaking everything that you could think of. I did that. And so at a certain point, as you get older and you start to mature, and then you have a family, I know I got this baby. You're like, okay, man, I need a career. I need some stability. I need to get this. I need to get this bread rolling in consistently. I need to make sure this family is straight that I'm having to take care of now. And so I was like, dang, I'm gonna be a police officer. Man, I applied, got through the testing. I didn't pass the test. I didn't pass that test like 3 times, 4 times. I got denied like freaking 5 times trying to be a freaking police officer, man. I'm like, man, something's got to give, bro. Something's got to give. And then when this came, and when I look back at everything that occurred, although I kind of question it, I'm like, God, really? The military? Really? The army? At first, I wanted to go to the Air Force. That didn't work out. But I'm like, man, the army is just gutter. That just seems like roughneck, kind of like just dirty. Like, I'm kind of bougie, so I'm like, man, this is not really my cup of tea. But it wasn't really about what's my cup of tea. It's about what God's plan was for me. And then whole time to find out, I become an honor grad. Next thing you know, I'm one of the highest PT scores having in the whole battery, right? And so I'm like, oh, okay, so all this ends up making sense. But I question God. I'm like, really? I wanted to go to the Air Force, not the Army. So what are we doing? And then I end up thriving in this scenario. So you might be thinking the same. You might be like, man, I don't know if this is the right thing. I already done signed this contract. I'm hesitant. I'm cold feet. I'm anxious. I have a little bit of excitement, but I don't know. I don't know. But when you get to the end, you're like, man, all this was meant to happen. The people I met, I was meant to meet. The conversations I had were meant to be had. The people who taught me I was meant to encounter. And then you just realize how everything and every event is ordained by God. Everything. Everything. Even you watching this right now is meant to be. It's divine. It's divine, man. And whenever little life hiccups occur that we at least think are hiccups, like it's always a lesson. There's always something that's sewed in that we don't get to see until time passes and we get to look back in hindsight. But I learned that God always has a plan because I thought like, man, God, why? Why do I keep getting let down with these jobs and careers, and I'm like in this loop of trying to just figure something out, man. And then when it does come through to this, it's like, oh, whole time I was getting character built to be able to achieve something like this. And now everything is clicking. Everything's making sense now, but it's because you always had a plan and my plan wasn't your plan. And so sometimes we have to realize that sometimes the thing that we want isn't what isn't what God has in store for us, and his plan is always greater than anything that we could ever imagine. And sometimes we have to take our human mind, our human brain and get the out the way and let God just work, man. Sometimes we have to let go and let God, and that's something else that I learned, man, in this journey. Like, and I'm referring to deeper than just the military and the army. I mean, that's just with everything in life. We have to let go and let God. And even if you don't believe, hey, you do not have to. Blessings on your journey. But I'm just saying, from someone that does come from a place of faith, our idea of what needs to happen is never really what needs to happen. It's always going to be what God intends for us. And then you find out that that plan has been perfectly made for you. And then that things that occur along that path were perfectly appointed for you by the grace of God. And that's just a beautiful thing. I don't want to go on too long, make this a sermon, but man, I can. Last thing I'm gonna say, man, I learned even the appreciation for clothes. Cause man, when you're at basic, you're like, but he just say clothes? Yes, because when you get to basic, you're never gonna wear regular clothes for a good amount of time. You're gonna be wearing that black PT shirt with the yellow army logo on it, or you're gonna be wearing some freaking OCPs, which is your uniform, and your boots. You don't get to really wear nothing else. You don't get to see no other colors. No one else is wearing colored clothing. You don't get to see women wear their hair down. Everyone got their stuff in a freaking, what, like a freaking bun or pony. Not even pony, like a tight little bun. Women don't got their nails done. Like you begin to take all these things for granted. Like, man, I just want to see a woman with her nails done. Can I just see a woman let her hair down? I haven't seen that in a minute. If you're married, you shouldn't be, anxious to see that. But I'm just saying, like, you're like, dang, can I just see a woman just not wear a uniform and have her hair down for a second? Like, geez. Or if you are, together, you got a wife or whatever, what I'm saying? Just like, I want to see my woman with her hair down and wear some shorts, throw in some leggings for the one time, throw in some nice little shorts, nice little crop top. But instead, we all wearing these uniforms and these hats and this green and this, like, you just appreciate sweatpants and you appreciate joggers and slides and like you don't hoodies. When you're in that thick of it, you begin to be like, man, I just want to put on a hoodie. I just want to wear some freaking sweats. I just want to throw on a tank, right? You don't have that luxury when you go to basic, and you're gonna learn like, man, I just want to wear my freaking sweatpants. I just want to wear my sweats. They said I can't wear the sweats, man. Fuck. But that's real though. It really taught me just an appreciation of even wearing clothes. And then once I got out of basic and AIT, again you're comfortable. Again you're comfortable with just having the phone now. Now your family is just your family because you get to talk to them every day if you choose. Now you get to wear whatever you want. Um, Now females can get their nails done. Now you can wear those short shorts once you get off of work at 4:30. It's all good. Now you can wear the leggings and show your little buns, right? And so, but when you are there, you begin to appreciate these things. And I guess what I want to bring it around to full circle is just like appreciate the luxuries that you have now before you do go, and then once you go, you will appreciate these things more. You will appreciate the sound of your family's voice. And so it might be hard to be like, man, she just be nagging. Yes, I understand, but eventually at some point you're gonna be like, man, I wish I could just hear her nag for a second because these drill sergeants, man, pissing me off. Like it'd be like that, man. But it's all fun. It's all fun. Nothing too. It's nothing too bad, man. It's nothing too bad. It was a great experience. It taught me so much. But these are just, for whatever reason, man, I'm sitting there journaling, just reflecting, and then I just like, how can I how can I make a video that can be insightful and give some perspective to some people, man? And so this is what I came up with. And so if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We do this, man. Um, Also just dropped a fitness vid. If you want to start getting in shape, preparing for basic, go ahead and check that out. If you want to see any more fitness videos, let me know what you want to see. I'll drop those down. If you have any topics you want me to cover, anything you want me to discuss, go ahead and drop it down. I do day in the lives, all kinds of stuff, man. We're trying to build this up, man. We're trying to build this up. Love the tribe though. You guys engage with me a lot. I really appreciate that. And with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed. God bless. Have a great rest of your day.